Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Welcome to Div Tech 101, aka Black Mantle, as I discuss information technology, also known as IT. So, in today's video, we're going to be talking about this text message scam that is going through that is called Easy Pass. Some of you may have gotten the final reminders, but it's called Easy Pass Toll. And what they are trying to do is basically get you to go in from your mobile phone, click yes, log out of it, then go back into the text message for a link to show up so that they can then start to extract information from your phone, get you to pay the fee that they're claiming that you need to pay before you get into legal trouble. So what I'm going to do on the video today is just going to kind of backtrack a little bit and figure out what is going on with this and how we can get this reported. I'm going to actually pull up some examples here, some screenshots, and also some links so that we can actually see and get a little bit more context to this. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So first things first, what we definitely need to do is I need to pull up the information to show you the actual scam message itself. So if you look on the screen here, as you can see, we have a couple of different things. So as you can see, there is the message here, and this is a message that I received just the other day. Okay. And it's basically saying that I am pretty much need to go ahead and pay this particular toll. It's basically telling me the date, and this was back in February. That +44 number was coming out supposedly out of London when I first got it. Then I got a second one that came from the Philippines, and I actually show you how I found that out as well. But it's basically telling me to go to that drive site right there, the Easy Drive MA, look like from Massachusetts. Okay. The other one that I got is telling me that it is from a totally different place. So it has the easypass.com. What they want you to do is if you look at the message, it says, please reply why. So what that basically does is send an acknowledgement back to the bad site. And then they want you to exit the text message and then open it again to activate a link. So that basically gives the person the opportunity to sit down at the computer. And once you click that why and send it back, then it's going to activate for them. Then they're going to sit down. They're going to start trying to figure out how to reel you right on in. And then they want you to copy the link if you want to and put it in a Safari browser. I'm going to do that for you here on the channel just so we can see where this is all leading back to. Now that we got that part out of the way, we know that this is not correct at all because the +44 is out of London. So we definitely do not need that. But what we are going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull up the number as well that I want you to definitely pay attention to because this is going to be very, very important. Okay. Your number may look similar to the +63 953 289 057. Some of you may be getting some other numbers as well. The one that I got that was from London was a +6. See, it was a +63. +63 was this one. The London one was a totally different one from the screenshot. But this one is out of the Philippines. So what I did is I started figuring out, okay, where does the number 46 or the +63 come from? So as I went to looking, that +63 is out of the Philippines. You can go to countrycode.org. You can start to look it up. You can see right here, of course, like at the top of the page, it has the number there. You can input it, the information there. And then, of course, 011 is a dial out of the US, and then 63 basically tells you the country code. So I knew something was wrong. This person definitely wasn't going to be getting any information from me, but what I am going to do is expose you. So that's what we're going to get to today. Now, what I want you to most definitely take a look at, which is a very interesting piece of information that I want to share here with you. We're going to look at some other information regarding the actual site itself. Okay. And I'm going to show you how this site, and I don't want you to go to this. This is for the education that I'm giving to you, and I'm actually going through it so you don't have to, because I don't want you all having anything happen to your computer system and stuff like that. But for mine, I'm looking at it through a different window here. But we're going to go ahead and take a look right here just so we can see this information. And I want you all to pay very, very close attention here. Okay. What you see here is, if you look real close, this overall shows you kind of the footprint of the site. I'm going to spread this out a little bit so you can see this. And this is the bad site. All right. This is the bad site. This is what I don't want you all trying to go to. Don't even think about trying to pull it up in a browser. Just listen and learn from where you're coming from. So this right here is basically us trying to go out and figure out, where is this information coming from. So the moment that you go to the easypass.com, it's already registered here. It's phishing, malicious by so many different detections. Now, some antivirus protections are not going to detect this, but at least 8 out of the 94 of those out there will actually see this information, and they're going to flag it for you. And they're going to flag it. So when you go into Chrome, it may turn up red. It's going to ask you if you want to proceed. You can if you want to. If you just want to pay this, that's fine. But I don't want you all getting hurt. I don't want your bank account getting drained. Just listen to me. Okay. I know what I'm talking about. However, what happens is, when you go to there, it's going to also send the information to some other sites as well. And it's got the ASN owner on there. And I'm going to get into that here in a moment for the ASN owner. And you can see the ASN owner testing it building. And looks like Cajun Hongayo Avenue. We're going to figure out where that's at here in a second. It's got some SSL certificates, secure socket layer certificates, to make it look like that it's actually a legit site, but it is absolutely not. And this is a little bit more technical for most of you out there. Why am I showing you this? Because I want you to see that this is definitely not true in regards to the site. This site is fake. It is a bad actor. Some idiot out there is trying to get you and your family members to fall for the scam. But we're going to take a look at it, and I'm going to definitely report them. Now that we got that piece out of the way, let's take a look at the ASN owner. And so for the ASN owner, what that does is the ASN lookup tool that pretty much tells you the who is detail. Just as you enter in a number, it finds out which company is using the ASN and what origin, what's the origin of that company, like the country, city, latitude, longitude, state, and all of that. Now, what I did is I basically took that ASN number that was on that one of those tags there, which was the 132203, and it pointed me to a specific company. Now, whether this company or not is the absolute host for this, that's a different part for a different day. But I want you all to definitely take a look at this, because this is not going to fly with me. So whatever I can expose to it, we're going to definitely take a look at it. So when you look at the information here, I typed in that number 132203. And what this is telling me is this number right here is showing up for with this information. Now, like I said, this is a little bit technical for you here, and I'm going to pull this, hide this number here for a second. This is basically telling me where this is for the hostmaster of where it's located at. Okay. It's got the help desk information on there, and it tells me where the building is and all of that. So as I was looking, I'm like, okay, I need to figure out, where's this located at, just so I can kind of get an idea, because we got the +86 there. All right. And from that +86, remember, from that country code, when I was looking at, I plugged that in. So we're gonna look at the +86. I wonder where that's located at, the +86. So as I'm looking through here, +86 is registered to China. Okay. So this specific building that I was looking at, I wanted to say, okay, let me see if I can pull them up on Google Map, right? Do a little investigative work because I just want to figure out where this is coming from. So as I looked it up, it most definitely pointed me to this building here. Testnet headquarters, corporate office in Shenzhen, China. So one or two things is wrong here. Either this company is pushing this information or somebody has taken their information and mask behind it, put them up as a mask and made this the actual company here. So either somebody's using their information to hide behind it or we are getting somewhat close. And there's, of course, much more investigative ways to look at that, but I'm just doing the bare basics here. We're looking at this here and says in the headquarters. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. So now that we got that hard part out of the way, the question remains is why would these people want to contact you from this particular number right here? Okay. The thing is that your phone number definitely has been sold. For example, my number has been sold to somebody out there, and somebody went on the black market, bought the numbers in a group, and just started sending out a mass uh, phishing attempt and smishing attempt to try to figure out who is going to take the bait. And my job is to warn you all who is going to take this bait. I hope that none of your family members will fall for this. I want you all to be extremely careful out here because people are out here trying to take your information. Okay. I want you to definitely know what to look for, what we need to do about it, and how we can most definitely complain about this, right? And so, one second here. And so, what can actually happen for the unwanted calls and text? What you can do is, and I'm going to do this as well because I want to definitely get these people taken down. But what you can do is you can actually report this to the Consumer Complaints FCC.gov. And this is an official site here. You can go on there and and this is basically unwanted calls and texts. And these also, it's also for any numbers that have been possible, like spam calls, texts, and stuff like that. And what this would do is basically this would get this registered into a database so that way this can be spreaded out so people would not, and then we can put a stop to this. Now, whether or not they arrest them or not, we would definitely will not know about that. There's definitely a lot of YouTube channels out there I've seen of other people who go on out there and they actually expose these folks from who are white hat hackers is what I like to call them. They work for the good of exposing people doing this kind of stuff. And I'm so passionate about cybersecurity because I've had people in my family that have been exposed in terms of getting money taken from them with bad actors like this. And so I make it my mission to make sure to warn other people, reach out to your family members, reach out to the elders, make sure they understand to not click on messages like this. So people, if you definitely love the content, like, listen, subscribe. DivTech 101, aka Black Mantle. Look forward to bringing more content to you all soon.